What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a really cool tutorial for you guys, super basic, super easy, and it's really effective. Basically it's going to be what you just saw in that intro shot where I was on my phone and you can actually see what I was doing on the screen off to the side, and I got a cool little effect in there as well. So I'll walk you through to do basically essentially what you saw at the beginning. All you need is obviously your phone to be able to take a screen recording with your phone. Now I know with the iPhone you can just swipe up and there'll be a record screen button. With other mobile devices, you may have to look it up. I'm not exactly sure because all I have is an iPhone. And the next thing you need is obviously an editing program like Premiere Pro or Final Cut. For this tutorial, we'll be using Premiere Pro. So essentially with these kind of shots, I like to record my phone screen while I'm actually recording with my camera as well. That way it's easier for me to line them up in post because I could record and pretend like I'm fiddling on my phone, but it may not match up with what's actually going on with the phone later in post. So it's best to just make your life easier and hit record on your phone as well as your camera at the same time. Okay guys, now that we have Premiere open, we got our establishing shot of me standing on the docks here, editing a photo on my phone. So like the beginning scene you saw in this video, we're gonna wanna add our phone off to the side right here. So we'll go to our screen recording that we imported. We'll go ahead and drag it up. And what's good about this shot is it's not a close-up shot, so essentially what I'm doing with my fingers doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to match up precisely with what's going on with the phone screen. So we'll just kind of choose whatever in and out points we may want. I think I like the in and out points that we got, so we'll just drag that down. The clip's a bit short, so we'll just drag it down to match with our bottom clip. Now obviously our phone screen is really big, so we're gonna wanna drag it over and then kind of shrink it to the correct size that we like. So we'll just drag that down. Oh, maybe not that small. Thinking, yeah, I think that looks good. Drag that up right here. Now, if you're lazy, you can pretty much just leave it like that. I mean, essentially, it does the job. But what I like to do is I like to make it blend in with the scene a bit better. So obviously you can see these edges are just a bit too sharp and it just seems a bit intrusive. So the first thing I like to do is we'll hit our effects controls for our top phone layer right here. And then what I like to do is grab the pen tool. Then essentially I'm just making a box around this thing. So we'll just make a box around it. Boom. Okay, now that you have a box around it, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna feather the edges. So if we go to mask feather, we can just click that. And essentially, I think I like putting it around like 27%. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. Now, obviously, you can kind of see that the line I made is a bit slanted. So obviously maybe take a little bit more time doing it, but for the sake of this video, we'll just leave it. So that looks a whole lot better. Looks like it blends in with the scene a little bit better, except I feel like the middle of the screen is just a little bit still too intrusive. So what I like to do is I'll go down to the opacity and I like to bring it down to either 96 or 97. We'll try 96. 96 is a bit too much, so we'll try 97. Yeah, I like 97. So boom, I mean, that's essentially it. That's a great way to just have people be able to see what you're doing on your phone, and it just blends in with your scene well, and it looks a little bit more professional than just slapping a screen recording of your phone on there. Now, as you saw with the beginning clip, I'll just drag it down to what I've originally done. You see these cool little effects down here. Essentially what I did with that is I just copy our phone, and then I'll crop out little pieces that I like and bring the opacity down and then kind of arrange it to what looks cool. I mean, it's just kind of trial and error, but we'll do a quick one real quick. I won't take as much time as I did for that last one, but just to give you an idea of what I did. So we'll copy that and then we're gonna just hit paste. And we'll drag it right here. So essentially what you're gonna want to do is with the bit that's gonna be the effect, you want it on top of the actual phone layer. So all you you gotta do is just drag this off to the side. Now, what I like to do is I like to crop it, so I'll get rid of this top bit of the picture. So what we're gonna wanna do is just go to our effects, type in crop. I'll just type it in just for the sake of this video. And then go down here to our crop tool and slap it on there. Now, we go down to our crop effect, and I'll just click the top and just slide it until we can't see the photo of her anymore. Now you can play around with it however you want. You may cut out whatever bits you want, and like I said, it's just trial and error, but for the sake of this video, I'll just show you kind of what I did. So now that we have this, what I like to do is drag it out, make it a lot bigger to really emphasize that cool little effect. Now, obviously that's just really crazy looking. It's like, why would you have this big thing over your over your screen? But like I said, what we want to do is we're going to drop the opacity of this. Let's drop it to, let's see what 20% looks like. Okay, that might work. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it kind of gives that effect. I might actually even drop the opacity a little bit more. Drag that back. Let's see, maybe 15. I like 15 a little bit better. And then I'll drag this out a little bit more too. And what I like to do is I like to actually go over to our basic correction, and I'll bring the temperature down just to give the buttons more of a blue look so they don't blend in with the white as much. And let's see, maybe I'll drag it out maybe a little bit more, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. Hit play. So that's essentially what I'm doing. And with the same thing, with the edges can be a little bit harsh. So what I'll do is I'll actually feather these edges as well. So we just go to mask feather again, and we'll just drag it up to whatever we may like. Let's drag it up to 40 just to make it a little bit less harsh. So you can see it blends in a little bit better. Like I said, trial and error. Drag it up a bit. Let's make it, let's overemphasize it a little bit. Let's just drag it real big. There we go. See how that looks. Let's play that through. Excuse my computer fan, it's kind of going crazy right now. So boom. I mean, that's essentially it. Obviously you can put a little bit more work into it. Like my first bit is looks a little bit better in my opinion. As you see, it's a little bit bigger. Maybe the blues were toned down a little bit, but it's just really trial and error from there. So that's essentially it. That's essentially the big parts of this. It's actually fairly simple and not hard at all. And yeah, guys, that's essentially it. I'm gonna move this computer down here because the fan's so loud on that thing. All right, guys, that's gonna conclude this tutorial. Now, if this helped you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. And if you have any other questions, if you got stuck somewhere part of the way, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to help you out to the best of my ability. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace. That was a bad piece. Try that again. Peace. Maybe we'll try something different. Peace. Hello. You ever just want to like jump off something, you know, like see a cliff or a jetty and just have that urge to just jump off? I do.